So even though you know and I know Ashes of Creations is dead, on the server of Lyneth, I was elected Mayor of Halcyon. So I figured I would make this video in case the game ever does release and kind of give you guys a rundown of the mayoral screen or the interface where you can manage the town because I've already learned quite a bit. So, as we log in, first of all, the live stream that was scheduled for today by Intrepid did not happen. So, I am assuming now officially that the game is 100% dead. And the only hope that we have to continue is that somebody buys the IP or somebody emulates the server and we can continue playing this game that's obviously in a finished enough state to where I'm sure some people would pay some amount of money for a subscription to continue playing. Whether or not that's me, I don't know. I think there's a lot more polished games out there for a monthly fee that have everything that Ashes has to offer. I think in order for me to actually subscribe to the game at this point, it would need to be a rock solid future game plan. But as it stands right now, there are about 20 of us on Lyneth that are continuing to play until the servers die, which could be at any time. We're assuming they're prepaid. So if you're still wanting to play the game, there are between 20 and 35 of us in Lyneth. I am an active mayor of Halcyon. I am attempting to keep the town running. But as you'll see in a minute, the town really does require the tax revenue from the crafting and marketplace in order to continue to keep it going. I've already, I just won the election last night or this morning, so I just logged on this morning and I kind of, visited the town interface and everything. So we'll start off by showing you one of the coolest perks about becoming a mayor is the wormling. Yes, you can get a flying mount. And now I have a flying mount. So here is, if you didn't get a chance to see it, here is the flying mount. It is the wormling. Earlier today, I took it as high as I could go so that I could actually see Jova and Miralith on the same screen. And you could just enjoy the aesthetics of the game from up in the air as I travel to Halcyon to go show you the mayoral. I mean, I really don't even need to go to town to show you. When you're the mayor, I mean, everybody knows that your citizenship or settlement screen is N. The same thing for the mayor. The first thing you'll notice in the top right is the treasury. This is how much gold the town has. And that gold is used for placing buy orders, commissions, things like that. So the first thing that I learned a little too late is that if you in the treasury screen, well, we'll go screen by screen. So the summary screen here, if you're the mayor, you can set message of the day, so to speak. It kind of tells you the settlement XP. My reputation is liege. That was like that before. On the treasury screen, you have a bunch of different things here. You've got citizenship dues. You've got advanced details for the tax rate. You've got the buy orders, which I set today without really understanding it, and now I do understand it. And then the maintenance costs. So the maintenance costs is what is the first thing you're going to really have to pay attention to. So on the maintenance costs, it says, okay, judging by the buildings that you currently have in the town, this is what it requires to keep them running. So if you can see, we have 2 tailoring houses. So they take the cotton textiles and all these things correspond to the houses. And if you go here, you could actually drag it down. Each textile mill, depending on the upgrades, takes cotton textiles. So we have 515 in storage, but we take 23 every week to maintain. So that being said, I just want to make sure, where am I going here? Okay, yeah, we're going to go north a little bit. There's Elsie right there. So going back to that screen, if we scroll down, we look at, okay, we are in desperate need of quality tools, and we're getting low on silver jewelry and sturdy furniture. So if this game does continue and you were to become a mayor, this is the screen you would go to check on what buy orders you would want to put on. When I first became mayor, I just spooled up a whole bunch of easy ones for everybody because I really want to attract the remaining people in the server into Halcyon because we need that tax revenue. Because every time you put a buy order, let's say, I don't know, just put preserved foods. Okay, so you could pick how many of the settlement scripts that you want to give. Let's just say 1 per. You want to run it for 8 days, and you want to buy as many as possible, and people can contribute up to 100 each. Well, that's going to cost you 2 gold to put that buy order up, and that comes directly out of the guild funds. Let's dive down here because we are in Halcyon. Okay. So that's the first thing to cover if you ever become a mayor, or if you're looking at developing your own MMORPG and you want to copy this system. That would be, fantastic. Also, with the advanced details with the tax rate, you can set specific taxes for different things. So you got your textiles, your goods, your marketplace, your storage upgrades, your trade. The minimum is 9%. I've got it set at the minimum for everything. It just, that 1% goes to Jova since Halcyon is a Jova vassal. So on the next screen is the buildings. Now, all of these buildings, when I first looked, have upgrades. And if you look, it'll tell you over here what it provides. Like the factory gives you a node resource generation, which provides passive T1 settlement resources, increases mining speed for citizens and mining speeds. It gives you a +1 fabrication expansion slot, but it does take these things 6 per week, 6 gold per week. On the building upgrades, you could do an assembly station, which gives you artisan processing XP, commodity converters, which is a bonus to metalworking time, or artisan processing time. Now, where this comes, into effect mainly is I always wondered why the mayor in this town put 2 textile mills. Well, now I'm able to check. One of them he set up as a master tailor textile mill, and the other one he set up as a master weaving shop. So you have different, I guess you would call them skill trees. So let's say you wanted to really max out tailoring in Halcyon, you would have to build 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I guess not. So if you wanted 3, 4, 5, you would have to get 5 of them to get a master tailor storefront for quality, a master tailor storefront for XP, and then weaving rarity. I mean, that's what I would go for, honestly. If I was going to do anything, I would do probably tailoring quality and weaving rarity. But so you really can customize what kind of buildings you have. I don't know why he had both of the memorial sites. I've tried to demolish it, but it won't let me. When I go to building upgrades and I go to demolish, it says citizens will be able to vote to increase or decrease the time requirement to deconstruct. And I click demolish, nothing happens. So I don't know if that necessarily works. But yeah, and you could pick all different things like a cookhouse, agricultural supply, hide works, laboratory, smithy, stoneworks, textile mill, wood shop, a construction bench, which is necessary to build the construction crates to actually build the buildings. We don't have one in Halsey, so I always had to run to Winstead. Another factory, a farm, another cultural memorial site, a school of construction, and a trade bureau. So moving along to the next screen, this is pretty self-explanatory. This is diplomacy. You could declare war against other provinces. I would love to see if I could declare war against Jova, because then we wouldn't be a vassal anymore. Commissions. This is the mayoral commission board. So these cost gold to launch. But the reason why I grabbed a whole bunch real quick is to kind of provide content for the people left in Lyneth. And this is literally just, if you go up to the mayoral house, just like down in town, there's an artisan commission board for crafting. There's a gathering and PvE commission board. Well, right here, this is the mayoral commission board. So people can, like this one. This one's a level 15 that I popped. And what's nice is like these war preparations. Every time somebody turns in T1 mats to this chest right here, I'll just show you. This is just for any T1 mats. Okay, so we completed the objective. It's right here. It gives 6,000 experience, which that's huge. That's especially if you're lower level. So if you really want to kind of build up your town in the future, if this game or any other game does kind of a similar thing, then I would highly suggest building it up so that people can level up. And this is the way you do it. And I just sell all my whites to it because why not? And I'm trying to get to level 20 before the server shut down, so and I can't stand just sitting there and AFK grinding. Okay, so that's commissions. You just pick and choose what you want. I just picked anything that was easy to grind in Halsey for the people that are here. And last but not least are relics. Relics are things you can get from attacking other settlements or doing PvP. So if you do become a mayor, there's pretty much very limited stuff you can do in the castle here. Go up here to the mayor reputation vendor, and this is where I bought the wormling, and it was free because I'm the mayor. So that's the wormling. And then last but not least, across the street here is the actual keep or castle. And I don't know, I haven't even been up here yet. There's apparently like a throne room in somewhere in here. Yeah, here it is. No, that's not the throne room. This is just a room. Let's see if there's one down here. No. Well, I don't need a throne anyways. But so that gives you a general rundown. Like I said, if at this point in Lyneth, I'm sure some of you have are experiencing the same problem. Our PVE mobs are all tethered in place, so literally, there's no such thing as PVE right now. You could just run around and everybody's equipping short bows and just sitting there and AFK grinding mobs to level up. So we're just kind of I know my goal in the game is until the server shut down, just playing around with all the mechanics that I wasn't able to play around with before, like getting certain crafting skills up to tailoring. Recipes have really become a commodity now. Yeah, there's a lot of people gathering, which is nice in our server. But if you still want to play, there is an active community in Lyneth. If you're in your server and you're happy and you want to keep playing, then cool. And I guess if I learn anything else that is interesting that could help the MMORPG community going forward, I will post it. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and let me know if there's any content from any MMORPG out there that you would like to see. Some projects that I'm working on are I'm eventually going to start doing some things on PAX Day, as well as Elder Scrolls Online. And as always, you guys know that I've run a guild in BDO for 10 years now. So if you want anything to do with those games, let me know. Or if there's any other games that aren't on my radar, please comment in the video. Thank you very much and have a good day.